share the screen. So where are we? Okay, so we're all set. Bienvenidos. We're on lesson 31. So, summer, what happened?
Yeah.
It's a bit better today, but what a wet weekend. I think I blame. Normally it starts raining when the cricket season starts. I think they got a. I think the weather got a hint of Wimbledon, and
Yeah.
it's been raining ever since. So, how was the homework?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
better than the week before.
Yeah.
No, I'm sort of struggling a bit with prepositions. I thought I need prepositions backwards, but then I realised that I only use a couple, and half the time they're wrong. So when you start trying to use the correct ones, it does get a bit more complicated. Anyway, hopefully we'll make lots of mistakes, and therefore we'll understand things much better. So let's start with last week's homework. Now, I did go through some of these imperfects and preterites with a Spanish teacher, and as I was saying a minute or two ago, she was saying, don't get too hung up on it. There are grey areas, and as long as you're understood, that's the main thing at the moment. We're not absolutely fluent, so we're not C2 level, almost total fluency. So I have put this one on there just to illustrate what maybe it could have been. So let's put that behind us, and let's move on to prepositions. So, exercise 1. Complete las frases con a, hasta, de, desde, or dentro de. Now, the rules, these are the rules that we were talking about last week. And there is a little bit of complication because de and desde, a and hasta can substitute for each other in certain situations. Who's top of my list? Maggie is top of my list. Oh, you're right up there on the board. So, how did you get on with these, Maggie?
Well, I was struggling last night, so I slept on it, and it seemed a bit clearer this morning. I didn't phone a friend this time. But I don't know, I just don't seem to retain anything. I don't know. I suppose it's...
I suspect you retain a bit.
I perhaps do.
And yes. You probably more than you realise. You've been a bit hard.
Maybe. Yeah, anyway, I've come prepared to have a go.
Okay. So numero dos.
Well, they've done that one, haven't they? Oh, right. Oh, no, sorry. Manuel vivió en Venezuela de 1993. 93 a 1998.
Yeah, muy bien. Yeah. Good.
Right. Does that sound okay?
That's bang on. That was the example that we gave. So.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So that wasn't too. Do you want me to carry on?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Trabaje. Am I on the right ones?
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Trabaje.
Trabajé en una empresa mexicana hasta el año pasado.
Perfecto.
Patricia vive en Madrid en 2000.
2002.
Uno.
2001, sí. Yeah.
Is that right? I used N there because I wasn't quite sure of the sentence. I didn't know if it meant she lived there until that date or she was living there during that date.
Well, the verb is conjugated in the present, so
Yeah.
Patricia lives in Madrid.
Since.
So I think the word we're after is since, which would be desde.
Desde, right?
Desde,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could say vivio, in which case it would be what's the name? Yeah. Okay, good.
Eric,
No,
Eric, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Eric, can I
Yes,
go back to number 2? Because
yeah,
I couldn't understand the conjugation of trabaje. Is that they are work, or she's worked in the Mexican cafe business? Surely it's for a year, or why hasta until? What was the answer? Didn't understand that.
Trabajé.
She worked in an American business until last year.
Business until last year, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Or from last year? Sorry. Okay, I've got it. I'm understanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Cuatro, Maggie.
Right.
Los bancos.
Los bancos abren desde 8 hasta 2.
Okay. When we use desde or hasta, you can use those, but you have to say desde las 8 hasta los 2. Because it's only got ocho and dos, I think it's asking us to do this. De ocho a dos.
Oh, right. Okay.
The bank's open 8 to 2. Yeah. So you need the you need to say las if you're using desde hasta. Cinco.
Right. I've got, this is my third attempt at this one because the other two things I picked were crossed out. Quiero ir a Bolivia dentro de 2 meses.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Want to go there for a couple of months, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Number 6. Anoche no me puede dormir desde la atrás.
So last night I couldn't sleep.
So from the start of when she couldn't, or they couldn't do something.
Until
3. I couldn't sleep until 3. It's no puede dormir. I think you're okay with your prepositions.
I was thinking I couldn't. Well, the way I couldn't sleep. Well, so what would you put for number 6 then?
Hasta. Yeah, until.
couldn't get sleep until 3.
Oh, I put that first and crossed it out. Never mind.
Okay. Siete. Yeah, siete.
Right, siete. Tengo mucho trabajo. No estoy libre dentro de el jueves.
I think we've got an until here again, haven't we?
Yeah.
Hasta.
That was how I've got a bit confused then because dentro, I can't write. It's talking about the future, period of time in the future. And that's what confused me because they're talking about the future here, aren't they? And in the little explanation we've got, so, I mean, I wasn't sure how, these words worked, whether we were meant to. Well, I took that as meaning that I should use that if it was in the future. But obviously that isn't right then.
No, it should be. It should be Asta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dentro day. Dentro day plus a period of time to refer to a place or time in the future. I'll be back.
Well,
I'll be back in 5 minutes. So it was one of the examples, and I'll call you in a couple of days. So that's how we'd say it in English. I'll call you in a couple of days. In Spanish, te llamo dentro de 2 días. They were the examples given last week. So it sort of means in. I'll be back in 5. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you want me to carry on?
Yeah. Let's finish these couple off.
Olga lleva enferma desde el lunes.
Yeah, bang on. Yeah.
Oh, right. And the last one, I had a bit of trouble translating this. Cuando regresa Sebastian?
That's right. Yeah. Well done, Mandel. When Sebastian back?
Yeah, coming back. Right, I had 3 goes at this one as well. And I put a decided on dentro de.
Yeah, well, that's bang on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. When Sebastian back in a couple of days.
Right.
That's what, yeah.
Okay.
Dentro de, yeah. Yeah. Good. Well done, Maggie. I'm sorry that was so taxing.
Well, you said you wanted a lot of mistakes, did you?
Yeah, no, it's really good. We've learned a lot in the last 5 minutes. Bryn will do his best to teach us a bit more now. No, I'm sure. So okay, so this one we had the 3 columns, didn't we? So numero uno.
Yeah.
How did you go with that one? Oh, we
that was done for us.
That was done for us, yeah. So
Yeah.
you got that one right, yeah.
No, I've got that one wrong. All right. Number 2, yeah. Hold on, I just got to get, yeah, so I was going to get a line. Los domingos solo trabajo por la mañana.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Mi cumpleaños es, what was that?
Es el
de octubre. De octubre.
Octubre, sí.
Natalia nació en el año 1987.
Uh-huh.
We've got a bit of background, I think, haven't we? So,
Yeah, we have, yeah.
podemos quedar por la tarde.
Podemos quedar
Por la tarde.
a mediodía para tomar
About la
algo.
tarde. Yeah, I haven't read it all. Sorry, I could have written this down. Yeah, por la tarde.
No. Podemos quedar a mediodía para
Right.
tomar algo. So we can stay to midday
Yeah.
to have a drink. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Number 6, lo siento, no puedo salir por la noche. Por la noche.
Yeah. En este momento. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not reading it all, am I? Because I've written this up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's wrong.
Siento.
Okay.
No puedo salir en
Yeah.
este momento. I can't come out at this moment.
No. Yeah, I've got that one for the next one. Ana no puede estudiar este momento.
Yeah. I've got por la noche se duerme. So Anna can't study tonight.
Right, I've got those two. I've got those two the wrong way around.
Well, I think one or two of them could make sense. Mixed up. So that's,
yeah, that's the way I saw the stuff. Number 8. A veces vamos a esquiar en invierno. I'll go skiing in the winter. En invierno.
En invierno. Sí, muy bien.
The last one. I'm sorry, I'm having a job reading what I've written here. Llegaron a las 2 a media hora para tomar algo.
En la tarde, cuando estábamos comiendo.
Singular, please.
Yeah. Okay. Any queries about that? No.
It seemed that quite a few these phrases were interchangeable, because I got quite of the few of the ones that Bryn had put.
Yeah. Well,
and it seemed to make
that's true. But if you cross them out, you can't use them twice. That's the idea.
Oh no.
So
quite a lot.
I tell you what you're saying. You're saying, for instance, I don't know. In this moment, I interpreted that as Anna couldn't study at the moment. This moment.
Well, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So yeah. There's a few wibbly wobbly ones, but yeah, that's good effort.
I found this one the most difficult of the exercises.
Did you, Jill? Because
in the end, I just had to come back to it and do the ones I was definitely sure about, and then figured out which ones made the best sense. So I did end up with the same as you. It took me it took me quite a long time.
Okay. Right.
Eric.
Okay. Yes, Matt. Yeah.
The number 9.
Yeah.
It's you've written there llegaron a las 2 en la tarde. Should not be por la tarde.
Por la tarde. Yeah, true.
Or de la tarde, because it is exact time.
When you say it's the exact time, you use N. I think that's what we said last week, wasn't it?
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah. Yes, Susan.
Can you do something about the background? I'll have to leave, otherwise I can't tolerate it.
Yeah, I think we've got some feedback somewhere. Let's mute everybody. Let's mute ourselves, and that should. I don't know. We're getting something on the line somewhere. So if we all go on mute, you can unmute yourself once you come. Let's have a look. That seems to have done the trick somehow. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so what do we have? Exercise 3. Yeah, I'm there. Complete these phrases with de, desde, a, hasta, dentro de, durante, and the words in brackets. A bit more work to do on this one. How did you get on with this, Jill? Did you was this one a bit easier? You able? You'll have to unmute, Jill, and then. Yeah. Sorry. Mute, unmute, mute, unmute. Go. Does not get complicated. And Jill's on an iPad, and it's apparently.
No, I'm on my laptop.
Are you on your laptop? Ah, right.
No,
Everybody on iPad says, "Oh, you know, how do I?
Oh, does it? No.
How do I manage to unmute?" Yeah. How did you get on with this?
Well, we're about to find out. I think.
Okay.
Well, I said I found the other one easier. I probably didn't. Anyway. So they did the first one for us.
Yeah.
So, Emilia vivió en Honduras de 1999 a 2002.
Yep. Perfect.
Eva y Mario se casan dentro de 3 meses.
Perfecto.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Trabajo en esta oficina desde el mes pasado.
Muy bien.
Voy a gimnasio. Gimnasio
Sí.
de 7 a 9.
Yeah, so we can say de or a, de 7 a 9, or we can say desde las 7 or hasta las 9. So don't forget, we need the las in there if we're using desde and or hasta. But you were bang on, Jill, and I'll make it one of my little rules to take the easy option and use de and a as often as I can. Then I don't need to worry.
So much.
Okay.
Me voy. Ya no nos vemos hasta la semana que viene.
Perfecto.
Gracias por todo. He estado muy a gusto durante estos días.
Yeah, perfect. I think that's a clean sweep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Eric, can I go
Well
back to
done.
4?
Any
Can I go back
question?
to, yes, number 4, please.
Yeah, number 4. Let's.
Yeah. Couldn't it be during the last month as well? Durante.
So you had what? Sorry.
Well, I had durante el mes pasado, during the last month. I worked in the office. Well, I'm presuming that's.
I am working.
I'm working in the office. Present tense. Tobacco.
Working in the office, yeah, since.
Okay, yeah. Understood. I understand. Present tense for tobacco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, exercise number 4. So with this one, we had where are we? We had a little box to cross out, and we had to complete the phrases with antes de, durante, or después de, and the one of the phrases from the little box, and we can only use one phrase once. We can only use the phrase once. So how did we get on with this? Who's next? It's probably Ken next. Can you unmute Ken and give us a blast?
This is where we all learn a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Estamos ajados después de caminata por la sierra. Después de.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yep.
Mónica estaba muy nerviosa durante la entrevista.
Yeah, I mean, she could
during the interview.
She could have been nervous during the interview.
I am.
Yeah. I thought before the interview would be when you'd be nervous.
Could do. Yeah. Okay. Me quedé muy relajado después de la ducha.
Yeah, after the shower. Yep.
Yeah. Hay que tener los móviles apagados durante la concierto.
Muy bien. Yeah. Muy bien. Yep.
And then tengo que acabar de este trabajo. Antes de viernes.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, that's good, Ken. I mean, there was just.
I get nervous. I get nervous during interviews rather than before. You see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's. Yeah, I think that could be either. That could be either.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's pull those back. Okay, puedes decir. So what are we going to do this week? Mangala, can you tell us 3 good habits?
Good habits. Hacer más ejercicios.
Oh yeah, good. It's a really hard one, this.
Yeah.
I was trying. I struggle to think of 3 in English.
Comer la comida saludable.
Yeah, eat healthy food. Yeah.
What else? Siempre decir la razón. I don't know. Sorry.
Always speak sensibly. Always tell the truth would be a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, always tell the truth. That was I wanted to say. Yeah.
Siempre decir la verdad. Okay. I had these. So Mangala got a couple of good ones that I've never crossed my mind. Levantarse temprano, acostarse temprano, on the basis of early to bed, early to rise, or early to rise, early to bed. Diciendo gracias, say thank you, and diciendo por favor, say please, although the Spanish sometimes substitute other ways to be graceful rather than saying please. Comprando una bebida, buy a drink. Don't know whether that's a good manners or not. And don't mention the war. The Spanish Civil War. You definitely shouldn't do that because you can open up a whole can of worms. Apparently, everybody says don't mention the war. So there we go. What's the next one on our list? Puedes decir 3 profesiones que son muy peligrosas. Ooh, Julie, what about that? Can you think of 3 dangerous jobs? Teacher
Maestro de Español.
Teacher might be a good one. I don't know whether Julie's. Are you? You're on mute, Julie.
Okay.
Oh, right.
El bombero.
Good one.
El constructor y el policía.
Good. So it's another tricky one, isn't it? I could think of only what did I do? 4, I think. Yeah, 4. Un torero, bullfighter. Although they are a dying breed, not because of the bulls. Un minero, miner, policia,
Soldado.
Bombero. Yeah, soldier would be potentially dangerous, although all the soldiers I know spent most of their time drinking in the naffy. So I'm probably talking to the wrong sorts of soldiers.
Sorry, what was the last thing that Julie said? The third one? Didn't catch.
Policia.
Policia.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Yeah, policeman. Yeah. Good. Next, what have we got? Puedes decir una fruta roja, una fruta amarilla, y una fruta verde. So this is they're tough ones this week, but I think they're all. This one's a little bit easier. What do you think, John?
Una manzana, un platano y
So you've got was it a green apple or a red apple?
I used apple. No, okay. So I'll say las fresas, un platano y una manzana verde.
Manzana. Good. That's good. For the red ones, una fresa, una frambuesa, raspberries and strawberries, or strawberries and raspberries. Un plátano, banana in some places, un limón, and I had una manzana y una sandía. So green apple and one of those big green watermelons that you used to see in Sainsbury's before Brexit. And there's a couple of yellow ones that I came across in Ecuador. Granadilla. It's this thing here. It looks like monkey brains out of Indiana Jones, doesn't it? And it's sort of sweet and slimy, and a bit crunchy in the middle. It doesn't taste unpleasant, but it's not entirely nice. And un taxo is this thing here, which I don't know, it looks like a yellow courgette, but when you open it up, it has this red stuff in the middle, and it tastes a bit like sour tomato. So if anybody offers you a taxo in Latin America, I'd avoid that one. Granadilla, I think, yeah, give it a whirl. I've had worse. Okay. So I'm feeling that this lesson's hard work. So they were 3 tough ones. They were. What is this year? 3 tough ones this week. And of course, I'm not giving you any warning, so it sort of spring it on you a bit. Might be nice. I might give you a bit of warning if it's a tough one next week. So verbs. We're getting through our verbs steadily. So this week we're going to do 2 more, and the 2 we're doing is, first one is creer, which means to believe something, or to suppose something, or to think something. So let's have a look here. Did who haven't we had yet? Paul, quick. How are you, Paul? Are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good, and everything's working at your end. That's good.
It's a bit personal, but yes.
Well, IT wise.
Yes, thank you.
He says quickly. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Creo, crees, cree, creemos, crees, creen.
Perfect. Yeah, bang on. I forgot to put creyen in red, but everything bang on. Perfect. So pensar is also to think, to plan, also to mean, to intend, and you can also make it reflexive, pensarse, to think of oneself. So we won't do the reflexive verb, pensar. How does that conjugate, Lorna?
Pienso, piensas, piensa, pensamos, penséis, pensan.
Piensan. I think the stem changes at the eos one. Yeah, piensan. Yeah. Those stem change. There must be a reason for this. The stem changing verbs often the we and the you informal plural tend to stop the stem change, but then it goes back for the eos eas. There must be some reason for that, but I'm duran defino what it is. So I've want to go on to
I was just going to say, Michelle Thomas says it's because it's the syllable you push down on. So it's pienso, but pensamos.
Rather than penso, yeah.
So those, the nosotros and vosotros is because there's
right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Good old Michelle Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew he'd know.
I still remember.
Yeah. How long ago is it since you did Michelle Thomas, Jill?
Muted again. Yeah, well, a couple of years, I should think. I know I sometimes dip back into his CDs, but
I've got him on iTunes, and sometimes when I put some music on shuffle, I'm just enjoying a nice song, and then all of a sudden Michelle Thomas pops up, and
yeah, no, I've got him as part of my music on my phone, but
nobody can clear it.
I can't remember now when I last listened, but
nobody can clear a dance floor like Michelle Thomas.
Eric, can I ask a question, please?
Yes, Ken.
Thomas, I lost my computer the books with the texts. Does anyone have the texts of his CDs, which they could send to me on an email or attachment? I had them written down as well. He supplied it, but I've lost it. Just a question. Or if you can tell me how to do it, I'd appreciate it sometime.
Well, I've got the CDs somewhere. I don't ever remember there being a booklet with it, but there might be. If there is, you're very welcome to it, Ken. I'll have a look. The other thing is that do you remember Vernon and Marge, who used to do the class?
Yeah.
Some time back. They moved up to Scotland to be near their son, and just before when they moved out, they were having a big house clearance, and Marge phoned me and said there was a load of stuff there, Spanish stuff, and did I want it? It might be useful for the Spanish class. And they gave me loads of stuff, and I think there might have been some Spanish CDs amongst them. I don't know whether they were Michel Thomas or not. So I'll definitely dig those out. I put them in a big bag and stuck them in the garage because we just weren't meeting. I've got the CDs.
I've got the CDs. It's that they had a text which went with it all, which explained in a bit more detail some of the things he was doing. And it was very useful occasionally.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is good. The only problem is the two annoying people that he has with him, which drives you crazy. And it's the same in all his language courses. In the French course, I did the French one about 6-7 years ago when I was going skiing, and I thought it might be useful to have a bit of French if I ended up with a broken leg in hospital. It's the same two. It's the same two people doing the French and doing the Spanish, and they're even more annoying in French than they are in Spanish. So just in case you. Okay, so
Ken.
Yeah.
Ken.
Yes.
Do you mean these? Can you see these?
No, we can only see.
Yes, yes, I do. That's what I mean.
Yeah, with all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have
that. I thought you were going to say I'll sell it to you.
Yeah. Well, it just needs copying. That's all.
I had them on the computer. Somebody had sent them to me, and when I changed computer from one laptop to the other, I successfully lost them. Don't worry. But if you come across them, Eric, I'd appreciate it.
I think Bryn will copy them for you.
I'll copy them for you eventually.
Yeah.
I'll send them to you.
He'll get round to it.
You just have to wait a few weeks. I'm in the kitchen at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. So week 2 of prepositions. We're having a bit of a blitz on prepositions, and we've got another batch for you here. So these prepositions are concerned with movement or direction and places. So some of the prepositions are the same that we did last week for time, but this lesson, they relate to places and movement. So let's run through them. We're in the lesson notes, and I'll include them on the updated notes I send round after the lesson. So take a look through it, and we'll do some exercises, more exercises on prepositions this weekend. And Maggie, you should start your homework earlier. You shouldn't leave it until the last night, because you need to give yourself a bit more time. Yeah, it was very bad. So can indicate distance and destination. For example, ¿a dónde vas? Voy a la academia. El pueblo está a 6 kilómetros. And of course, if we've got a and l together, we need to apocopape it. So voy a el mercado becomes voy al mercado. Necesitamos fruta. So I'm going to the college. The village is 6 kilometers, and I'm going to the market. We need fruit. So voy a. Somebody suggested that a good way to learn prepositions was to learn the prepositions with verbs. So learn the verbs that they go with, and I can see the argument for doing that, but when I've tried to do it, I find it completely mind-blowing. So I think it's best to drip feed them in. That's my that's my view. So hacia indicates a direction. So, for example, esta autopista va hacia el sur. The motorway goes to the south. It's saying to again, just like a, but because it's indicating the direction, we don't say a el sur or el sur. We say hacia el sur. Hasta to indicate the end of a journey, the final point of a journey. Por ejemplo, corrimos hasta la parada del autobús. We run to the bus stop. Hicimos una marcha y llegamos hasta Aranjuez. So we went on a walk and ended up at or towards Aranjuez. Hacia, hasta. Desde indicates the place where a journey starts, or the start of a movement. Por ejemplo, han venido desde la playa en bicicleta. They came from the beach on bikes. ¿De dónde vienes? De casa de Eva. Where have you come from? Eva's house. De or desde. And of course, just like a plus L, de plus L is apocopated, in this case to del. Regreso del instituto a las 3. I came back from the institute, the college, at 3. So you wouldn't say, you wouldn't use desde when the important thing. My doorbell's just going. Let me just see if my wife's still about. Hang on, sorry. Don't you start barking. okay with that? So my wife's going out for to a cafe with a friend, and I thought she might have gone. So I'm getting a delivery. Amazon here again. So don't use desde when when the important thing is the place of origin and not the means of transport. So venimos del cine. So the cinema is the place of importance, and there's no mention of how you came back from there. So venimos del cine. But use desde with verbs that don't express movement. So an example, se ve el mar desde la terraza. So one can see the sea from the terrace. Okay, so we both are from, but use de when there is when it's a place that's important, and desde when you're indicating a point of reference for an action, or that is used with a verb that doesn't express any sense of movement. Obviously, venir expresses the sense of movement, so we use de. Tricky one, that, isn't it? I mean, this whole thing about prepositions is that you know, they seem straightforward, but then there's these little things in here to catch us out. Okay, that's one to watch. De or desde, a and hasta indicates the initial point and the final point of a movement. So, for example, hay mucho camino desde la iglesia hasta el restaurante. De, desde, a, hasta are interchangeable, but don't say de la iglesia hasta el restaurante. Keep them in a working pair. Don't. They're interchangeable, but don't mix up de with hasta or a with desde. So N indicates a situation where something is. So en la mesa, en la caja, en el jardín, en Ecuador. So we're substituting en for on or in. Tengo sellos en el cajón. I've got stamps in the drawer. Teresa vive en el quinto piso. Teresa lives on the 5th floor. N. That's pretty straightforward, and we use that one a lot. But to indicate a place in respect of another place, that doesn't even have to be mentioned. We would use a rather than en. So we would say en la casa, but if we're talking about the entrance where it's the entrance to somewhere, but the other place doesn't have to be mentioned. You would say a. So a la entrada, at the entrance of wherever. And also a la derecha. So we wouldn't say en la derecha, en la entrada. We would say a la entrada. And you just don't have time to think this rule through. You don't have time to say, oh, that's the rule, blah blah blah. You just got to know it by hearing it. And we do talk about a la derecha, a la izquierda, that kind of thing. So se sentaron a la puerta de la casa. They sit at the door of the house. So a la puerta de la casa. They sit at the house. We would say en la casa, but because they're at the door belonging to the house, we have to say a la puerta. It's another little one to catch us out. Sobre indicates where something is. So hay muchos papeles sobre la mesa. A lot of papers on the table. A veces pasan aviones sobre la ciudad. Sometimes planes fly over the city. And entre indicates a place in between. You can use it for people or places, or buildings, people or buildings, anything between something. La farmacia está entre el supermercado y el banco. So that's today's prepositions. Stunned silence, but you're all on mute, so that's all right. Take a look through it. Don't expect to understand it the first time you go through it. Pick it apart. Try to get it in your head. And we're going to do some exercises for homework where we'll practice the ones that we learned today. So let's have a crack at that. And I think last week there were a few examples where there were acceptable alternatives, and I think this week it'll be just the same, having done the exercises myself this morning to see what they were like. So how we do? I hope we'd get time to have a little read of our. Thought we'd get time to have a little read of Crimen and Barcelona, but it's already past, so that's not looking too good. So we'll finish there. If you want to unmute yourselves, let me ask you how you're getting on with the book. We've got 2 more chapters which I'm planning to read. I'd be surprised if anybody's not read to the end yet. But it's like if you're given a box set, you've got to dash to the end. Haven't you? You can't watch the penultimate one and not set aside an extra hour for the end one. Enrique and Lena are guilty, and they're facing a long time behind bars. So justice has been done. That's good. I don't know what the last 2 chapters are going to be. I think they're just going to wrap things up, draw a line under everything. Have you enjoyed the book?
Yes.
Did you find? How did you find the level of Spanish? It's B1.
Just right.
Pretty good, yeah.
Much better than the previous book we had.
Yes, better than previous book.
What was the previous book, Rona?
Very difficult.
Oh,
It was about the chap, the Invisible Man or something.
Fascinating man.
Fascinating
man. Nombre
Yeah.
fascinante. Well, I think that was actually an easier level than this. This is B1.
No, it wasn't.
I think that was A2. Maybe you're just getting better. You know.
Yes, that's what it is.
You're reading more. You do learn more. It's a really good way to improve your Spanish understanding of grammar, but also expanding your Spanish vocabulary as well. So that's good. I don't know what to do for the last few weeks. We've got about 4 weeks left till the end of term, something like that. And it's obviously not worth starting a new book. I can suggest a book you might like to read during the summer holidays, or you might just prefer to forget all about Spanish for 6 weeks and come back in September with a renewed enthusiasm for it. Put all the thoughts of prepositions behind you. Yeah.
Eric, we did have, you were doing little chapters where we were reading out. We hadn't got the book.
Oh, but, yes. 101 conversations. Should we do a few of those?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do a few of those. I thought that was a bit easy for you. But it is some good. There is some good dialogue in there to help familiarize things. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. But if you want a book for the summer, I'm happy to suggest one for you.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes. Okay, I'll take a look, and I'll select a B1, which is my dog's joining.
Yes, please.
We'll select a B1. So,
could we do a B1 in September?
Yeah.
Because I'm finding that I'm at the stage where I still got to use Spanish dick a lot.
Yeah.
But sometimes I can get half a sentence, a whole sentence. I work it out, and then I just go and double check. But
yeah.
I don't know about the others who've been doing Spanish way longer than I have. I'm not confident enough to read through a chapter and work out what it all says.
Yeah, well, I think we vary a little bit. I think all of us come across words that you're not familiar with, you don't know. And I think that will be how it is all the time. I still come across words in English that I've not heard before. So it happens to me in my native tongue as well as Spanish. I'm trying to placate my dog. She seems to be excited about somebody else. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. I'll send round the notes. Well done. It's a slog with prepositions, and it was a slog with tenses. So I'm really sorry about that, but we are making progress.
Yes, definitely.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.